So, welcome each and every one of you. With you today is me, Daiga, multilinguistic international coach, therapist from DCT Center, and with me is two wonderful, lovely ladies, Morganne Rayne, spiritual consultant, gratefully providing access to high dimensions of being. Morganne has been called healer of healers as a way to describe her unique spiritual tools she shares. Morganne is here to serve those who see great understanding of their sacred spiritual self, have the deep desire to integrate that consciousness in their 3D world. And with us today is beautiful Jeannie Rayna, licensed psychotherapist in state of Washington, working primarily with early childhood trauma, sexual abuse, and emotional neglect, helping clients empower themselves. Jeannie sees herself as a lifetime student of growth. She continually takes classes to enhance her knowledge base. Please remember, if you or your family or friends are interested in personal therapy and healing, you can reach out to Morgan, Jeannie, or myself. All contact details in description below the video. If you like what I do, please like, share, and subscribe to my YouTube and Rumble channels. So, ladies, hello, hello, hello. How you been? Is 2 weeks again gone? Where
Yep.
they gone? God knows. How you been?
Jeannie, you want to start?
I've been really well. It's just living my life the way my with my desires of living a great life. I'm intentional in that and doing really well with it. So
I'm
How
yeah,
about you?
yeah, I'm doing great too. I'm just it's really busy time. It's very active time in the cosmos. So it's going to be a very active time for me here and really for everyone. But I'm really awake and aware to it. So it makes me really busy, which is fine. I really love that. I'm enjoying the gardening. Um, Lots of gorgeous. You can see some of my flowers I put in the vase back there. It's just I'm just surrounded by gorgeous beauty, gorgeous flowers. It's a lovely. I love summer and the bounty of the harvest. It's a good thing. How are you doing, Daga?
Oh, I'm doing great. Mm, I'm very, very, very busy. I'm starting to move forwards with my uh, vision of this healing center. Only this healing center to start with shapes like community center for young adults to start with to get actually moving where I want and which direction I want in 3D world, it came to me to I need move as community center first, not to med beds, not to replicators and so on. Which one in 3D world obviously nobody understands. So
I'm going to briefly talk about the med bed just for a moment because you brought it up. I truly believe that we have the technology within ourselves to heal, and it'll be great. I mean, it's kind of like I think about med beds kind of being like telephones, right? I think that we as humans can communicate without wires, without, well, obviously now, I mean, in this digital age, we definitely can do that. Back in my day, we used a telephone line and cords and all of that. See how we've advanced? I mean, it's like this continual advancement. But I believe that within us, we have that technology to heal ourselves. Um, re- and, people will say, well, you look so young, blah, 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 right? But I have this consciousness, this awareness that of youngering, of I don't participate in the aging conversation. I mean, I may for a little bit, but it's just as an acknowledgement. But it's not my life. It's interesting. So med beds for those who need the med bed, who haven't mastered their own beingness and mastered their own capacity to heal themselves. So I think that med beds are going to be like telephones, just like I believe that we can communicate without uh, lines or apparatus. I think that, I mean, we can do it through telepathy. And I think, and I'd love to see all of that start become activated within humans again. So for me, looking at med beds, oh, that'd be really great. But I believe that it's within us that we're the med bed. But yeah. So med bed's great for the population to heal themselves if they haven't learned to do that themselves. So I just wanted to throw that out there about med beds and how I'm thinking about it. I've seen some pretty miraculous things that I've done for myself in reversing things that's like, oh, well, there you go. I just did that myself. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, but that's we're talking about you, who is really the teacher of teachers. Yeah.
Right. And can you give
Maybe even your students. Sorry?
I was
Jeannie,
going to say, can Morganne give her, the audience an example of how she heals herself?
I think the eyes could be the best example. Those who listen us for a while, they already know this. Remember with eyes, how you actually reverse everything.
Yeah, I mean, it's like the how. I don't know. That's kind of, I mean, maybe I need to sit and take it apart as how I do it, right? But I'll give you an example of something I had for a chunk of time. I had this in my throat. It was like I couldn't swallow, like it was on this side of my throat. I was having difficulty swallowing food, just swallowing saliva. It caused this pain that was going this way. Well, I don't want to go to the doctor because they're going to say, oh, blah, blah, blah. They're going to give me their diagnosis, right? And then I can step into their world. So I thought, well, I know I can heal myself. I know that, right? I was really worried about this. And then I just thought, let me just heal it myself. So I went into meditation and I just ran light through my body, just light. And then I put an extra focus of light in this area on my throat. And this was at night. This is before I went to bed. And then I just began giving thanks that my body was whole, my body was perfectly functioning, that I had no obstructions, everything was flowing freely. I mean, like I just went into it. How do I want it to be, right? I woke up the next morning and what had been there for about a year and a half was just gone. And it's gone still, right? So something that had been plaguing me for a year and a half was just gone because I took the time to remind my body the truth of it, that it was already whole, it was already perfect, it was already functioning. It's just like we got to go back and remember what the truth is, because we get stuck in this lower dimension of of dis-ease and all of that. Did that help, Jeannie, with me explaining it that way?
Yes, that was very good. That was excellent. Thank you.
Good.
I think really we talking about for everybody who is following us, and we have few people watching us right now. Please, just in the comments, say hi to us. Say
hi, everybody.
Introduce yourselves. So, and obviously ask questions as well. Participate in our chat. We chatting here. We don't have any interview plans or anything. We just chatting.
Well, today I have something planned though, because I wanted to talk about what's currently going on cosmology wise, because we're in a very important period of our time as we continue to move towards what a lot of people call our ascension. I really think it's more about our awakening to really who we are, and getting past all the lower dimensional thinking and that kind of energy. And this time is like amazing for us to really put our attention on what that is. So I do want to speak about the day at a time that actually happened like 5 days ago, but we're still kind of, we can still use the energy of that. We're in a full moon. Oh my God. That was amazing last night. If anybody didn't see that full moon, you got to, I mean, I took pictures. I took lots of pictures. It was so fun. And then we're moving into an eclipse, two eclipses. So I kind of want to talk about those things whenever you're ready for me to do that, Daga.
You can do it now.
All right. All right. So I made a bunch of notes because I do that. So when we're looking at this, I'm just taking an opportunity to pause for us to reflect on what's really happening, and to look at like the, you know, I don't do astrology. I don't do those kinds of things, but there is an energy, there is a flow of consciousness that happens when these symbols show up, these cosmological symbols show up, like full moons, like eclipses, like days at a time. These are periods and points in our celestial experience, because we are celestial beings as well. And so when we look to the heavens for signs, and it's given to us. So I wanted to kind of go through maybe explaining a little bit about, I know we've done shows on day at a time before, and I've done lots of shows on full moons and eclipses, but I want to kind of tie these things together, because it's like boom, 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 boom. There's 4 of them right in a row, and we're in the energy of it right now. So I want to talk about that. So we've just moved out of a day out of time, and we're standing right now in the illumination of the full moon. And we're approaching these eclipses, and these eclipses are going to ask us to look again at what we believe, at what we have chosen, what we have feared, and what we have forgiven. So these are perfect opportunities to really take an inventory of where we are in our own personal growth. And not to look at these as like outside influences, because that's not what it is. They're actually mirrors for us to really begin to take a look at who we are and what is that inner curriculum that is unfolding within us. So what do I mean about our inner curriculum? It's like the lessons that we're needing to learn, or lessons we may have already learned. But when we start approaching our lives as looking at the cosmology as a mirror for us, it ceases being as, oh, I'm affected by the full moon, or I'm affected by this. No, it's just a reflection. You might be affected, actually you might be triggered, which would be awesome if you could just like think about, oh, something's coming up here. But it's not because it's an outside influence. It just is mirroring to us where we are. And we can also look at it in terms of there's an energy swell around people, other people looking at this, other people understanding the power of the full moons and the eclipses and the days out of time. There are others. So there's an energy consciousness swell with it. And so we might as well ride that wave. Like I've always said, when we come across these beautiful times, these time markers for us, that we can ride those waves, and our growth, our inner curriculum becomes really clear for us, and our healing becomes really profound and beautiful. So let's go back. We got to go back 5 days in time now. So a day at a time. And I don't know where we've talked about that. If people want to go for a really in-depth day, I should have pulled that up and looked at where it is, but I know we've done shows on day at a time. But for me, a day at a time is like the holy pause.
Mm.
So this holy pause that happens, it's like looking at your life, like all that has been, and then here you are in that present moment now, which is like the holy pause. And then there's the what's going to happen. So it's like Dega talking about already now planning for her healing centers, right? It's like she's been in that planning stage. She's been in that energetic stage of conscious creation, and now she's moving it into actual creation. Yeah, actual creation. Right. So, but in between those two, the grand idea, the planning, the scheming, the development of the ideas and the implementation of it, there's this beautiful moment called the holy pause. It's like also like the breath. When we take a beautiful breath in and we hold it, that's a holy pause. And then we release it. So we have the opportunity to experience these pauses in our life. But this day at a time is actually linked to that 13-month calendar, which we have always been in, except for now we're in this 12-month interesting calendar, which is kind of all over the place. So the 13-month calendar is like a regular cycle of 28 days. But there's this one day that's out of that time frame, and that was July 25th. It's always July 25th. It is that day out of time. It's the time to take the sacred pause. It's the time to do that deeper reflection. Metaphysically, it represents the space between the stories. So, like using Dega's story, she'd been dreaming of it. So there's the story of the dreaming of it and the excitement and the formation of it, and then there's the implementation. It's like it's actually happening. And so but between that is that beautiful space where we can actually begin to release what no longer belongs or that next expression in our lives. And I'm picking on Dega this morning, but I know the
Thank
words.
you, Morganne.
Oh, you're so welcome. But it's like all of us, we have to let go. There are things that don't work for us if we're going to move into that next phase, right? So if you've got all these dreams of, this beautiful healing center and all of that and blah, 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 what is that keeps it from becoming manifest? And that's the place. And I know Dega has worked on letting go of any beliefs or ideas around that. Like maybe I can't, or I don't know how, or where's the money coming from, or any of those kind of thoughts and feelings that will keep us from experiencing the dream in actual physical form. So the day at a time actually asks several questions, and I wrote some questions down that we can talk about here. What would I be without a grievance? What would I be without my old identity? Oh my God, I love that. Because even yesterday was an identity that I'm not right now. Right? So we have an old identity, and that day at a time allows us to really consider what was that identity? What was that persona I was pushing into the world? What are the masks I've been wearing? So we can begin to, in that day at a time energy, like take all that off, and then examine if you're holding grievances or grudges or anything like that. What would you be? Who would you be without? So it gives us time to really pause and ask those beautiful questions. And then, we look at this in terms of in Course in Miracles, right? So it is allowing us to have the miracle moments when we begin to take that pause, really take that pause, really take it. It allows us to begin to have that change of perception about who we are and what we can accomplish and who we can become. So it allows us this opportunity to really, the word ruthless is coming up, and sometimes we need to be ruthless with what we've been clinging to, right? Our attachments to an identity that we've developed over the years that has kept us safe or has kept us usually it's safe, right? But that's what keeps us little. And so then we begin to wear a diminished mask of I don't know how, or all of those things that might come up for you when we carry that kind of energy. So day at a time allows us to begin to ask those kinds of, well, who would, like, take, for example, if you have a grievance against someone, right? You might have a grievance against someone or a past grievance. It's like, but who would you be if you didn't have that? If you didn't carry that energy, if you didn't agree to that frequency, who would you be? So this is that beautiful time to really begin to examine that and examine what it is you're actually carrying, and then to make the new choice. I love those choices, right? Those choose points. So, and I know that Jeannie has just left. She's in class today, so she might pop back in, but anyway, so we'll continue on without Jeannie.
We have someone says hi to us. It's Janine. Hi, thank you for doing this. Janine M9350. Thank you, Janine, to be on this show, and I hope
welcome.
you enjoy every minute of it.
Yeah. Welcome. All right. So now okay. So that was the day at a time. So that was what happened like 5 days ago. And you can use that, the energy of that at any point in your life, right? So it's like you can seize that opportunity to be in that still point. So day at a time is simply a still point. Cultivate that in your life as much as any other thing that's going on. Cultivate that still point. Probably the most powerful appointment in our lives is that still point. All right. So that is day at a time. Okay. Now let's talk about the full moon. So full moon's all about illumination, right? Big illumination. Last night was really big illumination. That moon was so beautiful. And release. It comes to us as release right now. That full moon's in Aquarius. So that sign's associated with perspective, community, liberation, and the courage to see beyond personal drama. So that's that moon energy right now. And we are now in the movement of Aquarius. This is the age of Aquarius. And so we're riding that beautiful Aquarian river water way of being in our lives. And so looking at it as perspective and community and liberation and the courage to see beyond our own personal drama, this full moon will look at again like a mirror. What is it reflecting back to you? Right. And so what is coming up in you when you look at about your community? What's your own perspective? What do you need to be liberated from? That freedom of release. you know, and what's your personal drama? Right? If you got personal drama, you look like you want to say something, Daga. Go
Yes,
ahead.
I want to say because Karen is saying hello to us, and I'm here too. Have to figure out how to create channel for chat. Sorry, Karen, you had problems with that. I hope everything is resolved. Please chat with us. So,
Okay. All right. So full moon is a culmination point. So if you look at it as everything that's been hidden is now visible. It's bright and right out there for you to take a look at. What's been growing within the psyche rises up to awareness. And emotionally, full moons can feel intense. And we know that. I mean, like, I think most of they call them the lunatics, right? Everybody gets a little crazy around the full moon because it's reflecting really who we are. And it's really bringing out those deep inner psyche things that are within us. It brings them to the surface. So we might as well use the energy of the full moon to allow what is within us to go ahead and rise up, right? And we don't have to become the lunatic, but we can become really awake and aware about what's brewing within us. So metaphysically, the full moon is called the lamp of consciousness. And the interesting thing about full moons, it doesn't create shadows; it reveals them. So when we're looking at the full moon, this is a beautiful time to do any shadow work. So that's what's deep within the psyche that's asking to come forward. So there's that. And of course, we've got to look at it through the lens of Course in Miracles. It's the moment when the projection can be recognized. And if the world I see reflects the thoughts that I hold, then the full moon becomes your teacher. And it's not asking you to take blame about what appears on the outside, but it's asking you to bring what is inside into the light of love. So we can use that energy of the full moon as it brings up and churns up what's deep within our own psyche. When it does that, then we can offer that up to the light of love. So it's a way of using the movements of the time, the cosmological timing, for our benefit, so that we can become open and clear and conscious and awake. And we can then do things like what I've been doing with healing the body energy, right? So I don't have now a doubt that I could do that because I've done it. It's like, whoa, that worked, right? So but if I had that doubt and that belief, oh, you can't heal, you need a doctor, and and all that, it's like, no, you don't, because everything's been given to us. Okay, so we've been to the past where there was the day out of time. We're in the current moment where we're still under that influence of that beautiful full moon in Aquarius. And now we're going to move into eclipses. So eclipses are the shadows that become the doorway. And I love those eclipse time. They're often experienced as accelerated turning points. And so we have 2 coming up. So we have those opportunities to accelerate the curriculum that is within us, those learning lessons that are within us. We have the opportunity to accelerate that. So symbolically, they bring light and shadow into alignment. And they can feel disruptive because they interrupt the ordinary pattern of seeing. The sun, moon, and earth form a temporary geometry that says something is being revealed by being obscured. Interesting thought. Metaphysically, an eclipse is a portal of perception. It asks us to notice where we have mistaken a shadow for the truth. And in A Course in Miracles, fear is not opposed by fighting it. Fear is undone by bringing it into the light. Have you ever had a fear? I mean, it's like, have you ever had a fear and you just wrestle with it and you turn it over and you're reacting to it, and it's like, how do you feel in that moment when you're in that tussle with fear, right? It becomes bigger, becomes harder, it becomes like you can see it on your body, you can see it in people's faces when they're afraid. It's like this whole energy kind of takes over. But if we made a decision not to tussle with it, not to fight with it, just to offer it to the light. Hello.
That's exactly what I done, actually.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I done. I offer all my fears to Jesus, Creator, Holy Spirit.
There.
That's it. Take
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Because I cannot deal with them. I've been trying, and you are my witness. I've been working extremely hard and trying to keep everything under my control. Yeah?
Yep.
Not happening. And as soon now, I don't think my situation is changed on any way. Yeah? Situation as such. Yeah? But my thought process is completely different.
Yeah. It's the perception.
Yeah, completely different. All my fears is given to light, to source, to creator, and I'm so calm, and I just keep creating.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's a shift in perception, which in Course in Miracles we call a miracle. To have that shift in perception. So we think sometimes that the fear is our enemy, that shadow is our enemy. And so we fight with it, we argue with it, we resist it, we try to shove it down, we do everything except for offering it up to the light. It's like, okay, I don't, you know, it's like sometimes just saying, I don't know how to deal with this. Like you just said, I love how you said that. I'm just going to offer this to the Holy Spirit. I'm just going to offer this to God. Because I don't know how to, me as a human, I don't know how to deal with this, but I know that Creator knows how to do it. So let's offer it to the light. Let's offer it to Creator. Let's offer it because it wasn't ours to fight with. That's the ego, right? It's ours as a curriculum for learning. That's all. And but sometimes we think we become um, like it becomes us, like we become personified with the fear. And so I'm just saying, don't do that. Well, you can if you want, but it's way easier, way more fun, and way more life giving if we just offer it up to Creator. So, however you see God, Creator, Great Spirit, however that inner light, offer it to the inner light, offer it to truth, however you want to do that. But so that eclipse time is the energy that we can do that. So remembering that the shadow, those fears, that's not your enemy at all. I hope everybody can get that really, really well today. But it's really the invitation to actually remember the light that was really not lost. And so when we began to put our attention on really looking at what these signs and symbols in the heavens really are for us, they're just mirrors for us to really look at who we are. So kind of bringing it all together here, the day at a time gives us the sacred pause. The full moon gives us the illumination, and the eclipses gives us transformation through doing the shadow work, which is really important. That's really Jeannie's area of expertise too, is really doing that deep shadow work. Together they form a spiritual sequence, and that sequence is, for the day at a time, we pause, right? Pause. The full moon, we see. For the eclipses, we release and we can choose again. So it's always that beautiful pattern of pause, see, release, and choose again. And that is a beautiful sacred pattern that we can begin to utilize, especially in this time, if we're going to ride these energies that we have coming for us. So I don't know if there's any questions out there about any of this, and so you can look for that. Or do you have questions around this, or need any little more explanation before I do meditation?
No, I don't have questions. If somebody, please, guys who are watching, please ask your questions so Morganne can answer your questions. And thank you very much for watching us today.
Yeah, I'm so happy you're here. All right, so let's take everything that I've talked about today with the sacred pause, the illumination, with the looking within. Let's take that into a creative visualization meditation that I've created for today to
I'm
help.
I'm so sorry I jumped on that. Um, um, Karen is asking, can you explain Lion's Gate, please?
Oh, I totally left Lionsgate out of it. That's the 8-8, right? That's the energy of, again, it's a sacred portal. It's like that eclipse energy. It's that sacred energy of looking. It's a portal energy, right? In first of all, eights, right? It's a sign of infinity. And if you think about that in terms of what this Lionsgate energy portal, and we've done lots of shows on Lionsgate. That's I think why I put it on the pause, right? This Lionsgate energy, especially now, we're working with all of these energies, right? The pause, so we're really sandwiched here within all these beautiful energies, and Lionsgate's like right in the middle again. It's a portal. It's a beautiful portal of strength. If you think about the lion, what is the lion? It's usually fearless. They got stories about cowardly lions, but lions there's a strength and a power and a certainty within them. And that time really calls us to be in that kind of power, quiet power. Lions don't roar about their power. They don't, it's like building that energy of your own strength, your own certainty, your own capacity to look at your world with bravery, right? With consciousness, with bravery. So when we're standing at a portal, much like with the eclipses, when we're standing at a portal and standing in a time of this Lionsgate energy with the culmination of all these other energies around us, this gives us the opportunity to choose how we're going to walk through the rest of our life together. And we're going to work with that through the meditation today. Is there'll be a choice point. So moving through this, we'll be in that Lionsgate on the 8th. So that's next week, right? But
excuse me, I was reading from people who look after all this, yeah, more deeply than you or I doing, yeah, with astrology and all these portals.
Mm-hmm.
And there's been many posts about Lionsgate portal is spiking on 8-8.
Yep.
But actually energy is starting from 28th of July and lasting till 12th of August.
That's correct.
So it's all this time is actually multiple gates, multiple portals opening for us to move forward with right direction in our life.
And it's really, again, the Lionsgate really is about letting go of the density, the lower frequency energies, and choosing those higher frequency, choosing love, choosing to whatever's coming up to surrender it to the light. It's really a powerful choice point to walk through that portal. We're going to go through the energies of it anyway. Might as well go through it consciously, right? So, yeah. So, yes, we're under the influence, just like we're still under the influence of the day at a time. We'll be under the influence of the full moon for a while, and we'll be under the eclipses. So, all of that energy, and that's why I really wanted to talk about, because we're just being converged upon with all this energy. We're just really being beckoned by the heavens. Give up your stuff, let it go, right? Surrender, become the light, become the love, right? So thanks for adding into it, and thanks, Karen, for reminding me about Lionsgate. So let's do a brief meditation, and hopefully what we can do is we can really start to embody this energy. So I'm going to invite everyone to get your feet on the floor like we always do. We start with that by getting grounded. And if you're barefoot, great. If not, great. Feel the bottom of your feet. And if it's in shoes, just feel it. And if you're on the floor, just begin to experience what it feels like to have your toes touch the floor and your heels touch the floor, and that connection. Just bring your awareness to that connection and feel that. Take a moment just to feel into your feet. Take a breath in and gently let that breath out through your nose. Let the breath out through the mouth. We always breathe in through the nose and we let it out through the mouth. So again, let's take another slow breath in through the nose. Feel where it travels in your body. Is it just expanding your lungs, or can you feel it in your head? And in that breath, we're going to take a sacred pause. So hold your breath. And now slowly release it. Again, we're going to do that breath, and we're going to really consciously do it as a sacred pause. So we're going to do breath in, sacred pause. Let it go gently through the mouth. And so with your feet on the floor, your breath in sync is all synced up. Breath in, pause, breath out. I want you now to let your shoulders go soft. Just relax those shoulders. Just watch what's going on right there. Are you carrying the weight of the world? And if you are, just with the breath, take your breath and drop your shoulders. And feel into, what does that feel like to let your shoulders go? Now we're going to work with the jaw. Just notice your jaw. Is it tense? Are you holding in your jaw area? And if you find you're clenched or holding there, just ask your body to let go. I let go of that energy holding. Take a breath in. Relax the jaw. We relax the shoulders. Our feet are grounded. And now allow your hands to rest in your lap with your palms up. And let relaxation come into the palms of your hands. Just think about that. Feel into, what would it feel like to have your palms of your hands to just be relaxed. It's kind of like you're not having to handle things or hold things together. There's no effort here. And continue your breath, breathing in, holding, letting it go. And I want you to invite this thought into your relaxation period here. You're connecting, you're grounding. It's okay to allow the body to become still. It's safe to allow your body to become still. So, with your breath, just continue allowing your body to become still, your breath to become in its own natural rhythmic form. Your shoulders are soft, your jaws unclenched, becoming present to this moment. And now I invite you to imagine yourself standing in a quiet place. This is your day at a time. It's that quiet space between the stories, between the worlds. And imagine that behind you is the cycle that has been completed already. All of that cycle, family, work, whatever it is. Imagine that that's already completed because it is. And that's behind you. So it would be the old thoughts, the old roles, the old defenses, the old ways of trying to be safe. That's all behind you. To kind of get a picture of that, what that might look like. And then imagine that before you is a new cycle, a beginning that's ready to be opened. Not as a pressure to make it happen, but as a possibility. Take a breath in. And just imagine it's there. You don't have to rush into it. Just know it, that future, that what's possible is present there. But you're just simply standing in this holy pause between what has been and what will be. Honor this place. This is a sacred place because this is your place of choosing. And now we're going to bring in the element of the full moon. As you're standing there in that sacred pause with what is the past is behind you and what is before you is your future, stand in this holy pause as this light, this beautiful light of the moon. Imagine that full moon up in the sky. Imagine it shining down on you in this sacred pause. Take a moment with that and just breathe in the radiance of that moon. And let go. That beautiful light that is shining. It's a compassionate, feminine light, soft and beautiful. Recognizing this light doesn't judge who you are. It just reveals who you are. It illuminates. And I invite you, if you have a thought of a fear or resentment or attachment, this would be a beautiful place to just surrender it to this light. So think about something you might be attached to that obviously is coming from that past. This is your place to just offer it to this light. So go ahead and bring up anything, a resentment, a fear, anything like that. Just allow it to come up. You're safe. You're really safe in this pause. And just within you, just say, I offer this to the light now. I let this go from my being. Because this is something you don't want to carry into your next steps, your next story. And let that light of the moon just shine on that fear, that thought, that resentment. Just let it shine on it. And as it's shining on it, just see it filled with that light. You don't need to force something away. You don't need to make it go away. You just need to let it be seen. Take a breath in. And perhaps say to yourself inwardly, I'm willing to see this differently. I'm willing to let love interpret what fear has made. And I am willing to receive the miracle. Take a breath in. So as you are standing in this beautiful sacred pause with the light of the full moon shining and illuminating on this, and you've offered it up to the light, now imagine an eclipse beginning, coming over that beautiful radiant moon, briefly covering it. Imagine what that looks like now that there's a shadow. And just notice how you feel when that shadow's coming forward. Does it cause you to feel afraid? If it does, just breathe with it. And I invite you to think of this shadow more like a veil, not a verdict. Let it show you where you've believed in separation, where you've tried to protect yourself with fear, where you've forgotten that love remains unchanged. Take a breath in. So in this quiet place, repeat slowly within yourself, nothing real can be threatened. Nothing unreal exists. Herein lies the peace of God. Breathe that in and let those words move through your mind, maybe like a bell ringing those words, clearing and that need to control. And maybe even clearing the need to defend. And as this eclipse is passing, this veil is passing, see it now just really passing away now. And the light of the moon returns again. But just check inside of you, something's changed. You're not the same because in that day out of time, that pause moment, you chose again. You chose to offer it to the light. You've chosen not to worship the shadow by giving it your energy, your time. You no longer fear. And also, you no longer have to make the world responsible for your peace. You can create that within yourself. You, in this time, have chosen to bring your perception back to love. Take a breath in. And now I invite you to take both your hands and just put them over your heart. And just feel into that heart space of the exercise we have done right now. Just feel that energy within your heart. And maybe you can even feel the beat and the breath. And I invite you to whisper inwardly, I release the past. This is so important. That which is behind you, I release the past. Let it go. And I forgive what I thought I saw. And I forgive myself for believing I was separate. Feel into what that feels like. I forgive myself for my confusions. And say to yourself, I accept the miracle now. Take a beautiful breath in. I receive my miracle now through your breath. Sit in the sacred pause with it and release. And now we're going to bring forward gratitude. Not as something to be forced, but just simply as a recognition. And I invite you to bring a simple thing that you've carried within you that you're grateful for. Just bring it forward. Maybe it's the breath that's breathing you. Maybe it's the body that carries you. Maybe it's the guidance that has met you every step of the way. And maybe it's that lesson, that part of your inner curriculum that softened you. And as you just bring things forward that you can be grateful for, and maybe it's something you're also grateful for that I haven't mentioned. So choose 3 blessings to be grateful for. And for each one, just let it be simple. It can just simply be, thank you for the breath in my lungs. Thank you for a strong, healthy body. Thank you for the signs and wonders in the heavens that help bring me back to awareness. Just feel into what it feels like to be grateful. Gratitude. Gratitude becomes a place where the mind remembers it's cared for. So gratitude's really important. And as you fill yourself up with all this gratitude, I invite you to open your hands where you've been holding it there over your heart and move that gratitude out into your world. Extend it outward. It's not for us just to hold, it's for us to extend outward. And this time, in that extension outward, maybe offer up thanks for people that are in your lives. Let's do that. Just extend silent. I'm so grateful for you. Just imagine maybe your children, maybe your spouse, maybe your friends, maybe your community. Just offer that energy of I'm so grateful for you. and maybe even be grateful for someone's taught you a lesson. Just say, thank you. Thank you for showing me. Take a breath in. Sacred pause. And let it go. And I'm also going to offer gratitude for all these sacred cycles that keep bringing me back home, bringing me back to the truth of who I am. And let's just kind of just sit here for a moment in this sacred gratitude. Love's not left you. Time may turn, moons will come and they'll go, they wax, they wane, eclipses cross. But the truth of you always remains whole, held, innocent, and free. And as we conclude this, I invite you to take a very beautiful, deep breath in, receiving all of this, encoding it in all the cells of your being in that sacred pause. And this, as you release it, trust, release it, knowing that Source has got your back, Creator's got your back. And as we close, I offer these words of closing that you can also take in. And I invite you to open your eyes as you do this too. And look at yourself and say, I choose miracles. So if you're looking on YouTube or in this podcast, look at yourself. I choose miracles. I choose forgiveness. I choose love. And so it is.
Thank you, Morganne. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I hope everybody else who's been joining us today, thank you very much that you all liked it. Is there anything else you want to say, Morganne, to everyone?
Nope.
It was beautiful. Thank you, everybody who joined us. Thank you. Biggest thank you to Morganne, of course. And hopefully we will see you in 2 weeks.
Yeah. Yeah.
So Morganne will come back in 2 weeks, but you can, in half an hour, you can join me 7 o'clock VST time. You can join me on my show, Small Step, Big Change. So will be another meditation, will be another small step for changing your life for better. Jeannie, welcome back.
Thanks.
I'm leaving now.
Yeah.
I have something I need to go take care of right now, but I've just really appreciated both of you being here and supporting this work.
Thank you.
Your meditation was beautiful.
And Karen is saying thank you so much, love. So I hope everybody loved it, and thank you very much. Until next time. Bye-bye.
See you in 2 weeks. Bye-bye.